Today, we are going to discuss which are the best players to claim or buy from the Team of the Season event, from the Serie A and La Liga chapters. Don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe if you're interested in FC Mobile related content.
Yeah, boy.
Here, I have created a list. The best players in my opinion would be on the left and descending towards the right for each of these three categories. So in this list, there are three categories. Buy or claim are the best players that you can choose to buy and claim. The players in the keep category are the ones you must have packed and are thinking if you want to keep or use it for shards. Depending upon your OVR and the requirement of the team, you can either keep them or use it for shards. The third avoid category is the one which you should avoid claiming, and if you have packed it, you should use it in shards. Even if you are relatively new to the game, try claiming a higher OVR player, which will last you for a longer time than claiming a lower OVR player, which you will have to replace sooner. Would highly advise you to wait towards the end of the event before you claim the player due to multiple reasons. One being you could pack the same players, and other being there could be better players in the coming weeks. The other thing, you could plan better. So for example, if there are better options available in the same position in other rewards like the league rewards, you can make a thoughtful decision. Let's begin with the Serie A. The first player that we are going to discuss is Ronaldo at 2000 shards. He has excellent shooting and dribbling along with good ball control. A 107 physicality and a 6 feet height is really good, which makes sure he does not lose the ball easily. But the 126 pace does not do justice in game, as I found him a little on the heavier side at the moment. But it's highly on your adaptability because he's not for pace or skill abuse, but build-up play with good passing and dribbling. So if you're looking in one skill stun you will just get past, he's not the striker for you. Nor does he run through very quickly. He does have the 5-star weak foot, 4.5-star stamina and a 5-star skill move, and has all the good traits like the finesse shot, speed dribbler trait, tries to beat offside trap and outside foot shot traits with a high attack and a medium defense work rate. As we can see, very good ball control which clearly reflects in the game, and a super high finishing. I feel he's a little on the higher side of the shard cost with good options available at much lower like Van Basten, Totti, Gyökeres and Isaac. Even Totti MBAPPE is a better option in my opinion. He would still be in the buy tier list but after Van Basten, as I think Van Basten is a better option to claim due to his lower shard cost and the efficiency in game. With 750 shards, you can get another good player. But Ronaldo cards are known for its longevity, so you would be able to use him for a longer time compared to the other strikers. But so would Van Basten be. Moving to the next player, Maldini at 1500 shards. In my opinion, he's a little higher priced compared to what you can get at 1500 shards. But he is the best left back in game right now and will be from the times to come. Amazing defending stats, which reflects well in the game, with a high defense and a medium attack work rate. A good physicality along with a 6 feet 1 inch height is also very good, and a 120 pace along with a 5-star right foot, which is very important especially in attacking situations and VSA modes, along with a 4-star weak foot. He has an alternate centre back position which is very good because he plays very well even there. A 4.5-star stamina with the dives into tackle trait is very good. As we can see, really good marking and tackling stats along with good awareness. And he's quite handy even at corners to clear the headers or to score headers. He would definitely be in the buy category, but due to his high shard count, he would be lower down the order because in the similar shard count, you can get players like Henry, Gillett who are more impactful in the game. So those should be your priority unless you really need a left back position upgrade. Moving to the next player, Frank Rijkaard at 1000 shards. He's really good, but a lower shard cost would be better for a CDM position. He has really good defending and physicality along with a 6'2 height. Even though he has a medium attack and defense work rate, his positioning is quite good in the game, and he does manage to get the ball from the attackers. Other stats are also pretty decent, with a 4-star weak foot, which comes in really handy. He is definitely one of the best CDM options available. with very good ball winning ability. He would definitely be in the buy category, but considering the CDM position and the shard cost value, he would be lower down the order after Diaz. If you're looking for a higher OVR CDM, he's a really good option to get. Moving to the next player, Zambarota at 800 shards. Good defending, pace, and decent dribbling and physicality, along with a 5-star weak foot, having a 4.5-star stamina and a 4-star skill move, and a high attack and a high defense work rate. He does have the dives into tackle trait, and a good ball control and awareness, along with good tackling. But to be honest, I did not find him that impactful in the game. You could get someone like a Kimmich, Di Lorenzo, or Conde for much lesser shards. If you pack him, you keep him. Otherwise, you get one of the players I mentioned as per their tier list rating, in my opinion. Moving to the next player, Lukaku at 650 shards. He does have good pace shooting and physicality stats, along with a 6'3 height, but a 3-star skill move. I found him a little clunky to use, but his heel-to-heel flick is quite effective, along with his positioning due to his high low work rate. But with such good striker options available, I don't think you should prioritize someone like Lukaku, and even if you pack him, you should avoid him. So he would be in the avoider shard list, which would highly depend on what stage are you in the game. Better than him, you could get a Muller from the league rewards, or someone who is higher up the list. Moving to the next player, Gervinho at 650 shards. His pace is pretty impressive, along with his dribbling, but there are a lot of drawbacks of this card. The physicality, along with a lower height, a 3-star weak foot, and no good traits. He does have the alternate LM position, but he is not very impressive in the game other than his pace and dribbling. But you need your left winger to have a minimum of a 4-star weak foot, because it is one of the most important positions across all modes. Even if you pack him, you should avoid using your Mascherano's on him. He would be in the avoid tier list, lower down the order, but his pace and dribbling is quite impressive. Moving to the next player, Bastoni at 500 shards. He's totally worth the shards. Look at the super high defending stats, along with a 6'3 height and a very good physicality. His pace is on the lower side, but quite manageable. He does not have many traits like the power header, but he does take headers well at corners. He has a high defensive work rate, which reflects in his positioning in the game. Very good awareness and tackling stats, along with marking and heading. Despite the lack of a power header trait, his heading is quite good. He would be in the keep tier list, higher up the order. Though Saliba is also very good, but the +1 OVR is the reason he's higher up the order, and he is pretty well in defending as well. So if you pack him, you keep him, but to buy, you should look at the above tier Lucio if you have the shard budget. If not, you could buy someone like a Bastoni. Moving to the next player, Schneider at 500 shards. He's really good in the game and totally worth the shards. One of the best cam at the moment, with a 5-star weak foot and a good pace, shooting, passing and dribbling. I'm very impressed with his in-game pace, and he's even quicker when used step over and exit. He has a lower height and a lower physicality. He did not seem to lose the ball easily. He does have good traits like the playmaker, long passer and the long shot taker, with a high attack and a low defense work rate, which is very good for a cam. He has a 4.5-star stamina and a 4-star skill move. He is very good in dribbling and shooting. If you need a cam, you can definitely get him. He would be in the buy tier list, probably here. You can save 1000 shards if you get him, compared to someone like Dino, which we will see in this video itself. Moving to the next player, Barella at 500 shards. He has decent overall stats and good dribbling, a 5-star stamina but a 3-star skill move. He has a high attack and a high defense work rate with the dives into tackle trait, which helps him to win the ball back. He is really good, and I could see him everywhere on the pitch in a good way. Even though he has a shorter height, he does win the ball easily, and his physicality in the game is more dominant than his stats. He is a very good option for a central mid position at 500 shards. He would be in the keep category, but below Gerrard, considering the 3-star skill move. There are advantages of Barella over Gerrard. So if 3-star skill move, lane change and skill moves like that isn't an issue for you, you can definitely go for Barella. I found him a little better in many other aspects. You can keep him if you packed him or if you're low on shards. But ideally, a Gillett would be a much better option. But you can go with him if you want to save some shards. You can even opt for the TOTS version at just 300 shards more. Moving to the next player, Ritegi at 500 shards. His stats are pretty mid, but there are many drawbacks of the card. The 3-star weak foot, the 3-star skill move, and no good traits. He has a high attack and a low defense work rate though. He does have good finishing stats and good ball control, but misses shots from his 3-star weak foot. Again, with such good striker options available, he should be avoided. And he would be in the avoid tier list. Even if you pack him, you should use him for shards. Moving to the next player, DiMarco at 450 shards. Having a good pace and dribbling along with decent defending stats. But he has an high attack work rate. If you want a defensive left back, you should avoid him. He has good traits like the long shot, long passer, finish shot traits with a heel to heel assigned skill move. He has an alternate LM position, but there are better options at LM or left wing who you could play at LM. So he doesn't suit either an LM or a left back position because there are better options available on either of the positions. Rather, you can get Capdevila and save those shards and use it on another position. But if you pack him and you require a left back position, you could keep, because even if he runs forward, you can drag him back with his pace rather than spending shards to claim another left back. Moving to the next player, Lukman at 450 shards. He has good pace and shooting along with decent dribbling and physicality with a 4-star stamina and a 4-star skill move. Again, there are no traits. A high attack work rate is good. His speed is quite good. But there are many better strikers available in the game who are much better. And a 107 wouldn't last you long. He should be avoided, and if you pack him, you should use him in shards. With much better striker options available, you could choose any one of them, unless you're relatively newer to the game. Moving to the next player, Dombia at 450 shards. Having good dribbling and shooting, but amazing pace, especially on step over. He runs really quickly. Even in the later half of the game, he was running very well, and that is due to his 5-star stamina. He has a 4-star skill move, but does not have many traits, has a high attack and a medium defense work rate. His acceleration and sprint speed have been very impressive in the game, with very good ball control and very good finishing. If a 107 works for your squad, you can keep him. Or if you're relatively new, he's a very good option to get. But due to his 107, I highly doubt his longevity in terms of his current performance. He will be in the key category somewhere here. A Dalglish would be a better option with a +1 OVR and a 5-star weak foot. But of course, if you have to claim, you could claim from the above categories if you all could manage the shards. Moving to the next player, Ibarbo at 450 shards. Another player who's been quite impressive in terms of space and ball control along with dribbling. He has a 6'2" height and a decent physicality. Due to his height and other factors, the ball is away from his body in the game, due to which he tends to lose the ball at times. Having a left 4-star weak foot is an ideal for left winger with a 4-star stamina and a 4-star skill move, and a right mid as his alternate position. He does not have any traits in particular, having a high attack and a medium defense work rate. If you pack him and a 107 works for you, you can keep him. He's more than decent, but he would be lower than our previous right wing options. Moving to the next player, Di Lorenzo at 300 shards. Very good defending and physical stats, along with a 6 feet height. Good enough pace for a right back with a 4.5-star stamina and a 3-star skill move. With a right mid position, which you should avoid playing him on. He has a high defense and a medium attack work rate, with heel to heel flick being his assigned skill move. He has good defending, much better than a Zambrotta, and very good at that shard cost. He would be in our keep tier list, above the other right backs in this tier list. Moving to the next player, Pulisic at 300 shards. Having an amazing pace and dribbling and decent shooting and passing, along with a 5-star weak foot, which is left, and he is a right winger. A left wing card suits him more, so he could use his right primary foot. Many of y'all might be wondering, if it's 5-star weak foot, how does it matter? But while shooting, he will prefer his right foot. And when you're cutting from the right wing, you need those left foot angles. If he shoots from the right, it will be much easier for the goalkeeper to save. He has a 4.5-star stamina and a 4-star skill move, along with finesse and flair trait, a medium attack and defense work rate. A very smooth card. If you pack him, you can keep him. But to claim, you should aim at higher OWAIRAN right wingers. He would be in our keep tier list over here. Moving to the next player, McTominay at 300 shards. He's quite good at that shard cost, with a 6'4" height and a 114 physicality and quite good defending, with a high defense and a medium attack work rate. He manages to win the ball quite comfortably from the opponents. And a CDM card suits him much more than a CM due to his 3-star weak foot. But in case he moves on the attack, he does miss his shots with a 3-star weak foot, so that's a concern. He does have good passing and decent dribbling. If you pack him, you can keep him if a 107 works for you. He would be after Ramirez, who I think is a better option. Moving to the next player, De Gea at 400 shards. He has very good goalkeeping stats and a 6'4" height, along with long thrower trait. But if you have a good 105 or a 107 goalkeeper, there's no need to shift from them, because I did not see a rapid improvement in the performance of him and the previous goalkeepers. He was quite average. He did save shots, but you should look for a higher OWAIRAN than a 106 unless you're relatively new to the game, because spending Mascherano's on a 106 at the moment is not advisable. He would be in the avoid category below Zentner, as you can get him just for 200 shards compared to the 450 shards, and their performance is quite similar. His U-Totti version though is exceptionally well, so if you're thinking about getting him, you could definitely get him. But moving from your previous goalkeepers like a Buffon wouldn't be advisable. Moving to the next player, Thuram at 300 shards. A 6'4" height along with good physicality and decent defending and other stats. Having a high attack and a high defense work rate. Ideally, you'd like your CDM to have a higher defensive work rate and a medium or a lower attacking work rate, preferably. So he does tend to move upwards, but he was quite effective in the game due to his high physicality. A 4.5-star stamina and a 3-star skill move, which would avoid you to perform many skill moves. If you pack him and you're relatively new, you can keep him, but for the most, a 106 CDM at this stage in the game should be avoided. He would be above Xhaka in terms of preference. Højbjerg is a better choice with a 4-star weak foot and the lower shard cost. Moving to the next player, Kien at 300 shards. He has average stats with a 4-star weak foot and a 6-foot height, but a 3-star skill move. He has a flair trait and a high attack, medium defense work rate. He isn't very impressive in game and a 106 at this stage. He would also be an avoid. With such good striker options available, you all shouldn't get him in the squad. Moving to the next player, Buongiorno at 200 shards. He does have the good defending stats with the 6'3" height and a decent physicality, but a medium attack and a medium defense work rate affecting his positioning. but there are much better centre-back options available, and a 106 should be avoided. He would be in the avoid tier list lower down the order. Moving to the next player, Yildiz at 200 shards. Very good pace and dribbling, along with decent shooting and passing. He has a 4-star weak foot, a 6'1" height, and an average physicality, a 4-star stamina, and a 4-star skill move. He has striker as his alternate position. You can play him there as well. He does not have any traits in particular, having a medium attack and a medium defense work rate. His dribbling is really good, along with his pace and acceleration. So if you're relatively new and looking at a lower shard cost, he is a good option to get. He would be in the avoid tier list, but for most of the people, a 106 should be avoided at this stage. He would be in the avoid tier. Barcola is still a better option in my opinion. Moving to the next player, Nico Paz at 200 shards. His stats aren't that impressive, and a 3-star weak foot, 3-star skill move, with no particular traits. He should definitely be avoided, regardless if you're new or not. So after the Serie A chapter, this is how a tier list looks like. Moving to the next chapter, La Liga. I think in La Liga, the prices of the players are quite high compared to the other leagues, when there are good options available at a relatively lower shard cost in other leagues. Ronaldinho at 1500 shards. He has one of the best dribbling and passing, along with good shooting and pace, with a decent physicality and a 5'11" height, a 4.5-star stamina, and a 5-star skill move, which would help you to perform Elastico skill move. He has an alternate left wing position, but due to the lack of dexterity, he does not run through. But if you want to use him as a build-up player on the left wing, you can use him. He's really a smooth card to use, just like his previous versions. He has really good traits like the finesse shot, flair, playmaker, and the outside foot shot, with a high attack and a low defense work rate. Look at that very high ball control and dribbling, along with good vision and passing. Makes him a perfect playmaking player on the cam position, and he's the best cam available in the game right now. In my opinion, 1500 shards a little more for a cam position, but if he is your favorite player IRL, like mine, you can definitely get him. He would be in the buy tier list after Diaz. But as we discussed earlier, Snyder at 500 shards is a very economical, better option to choose. And saving the 1000 shards to use on another position. Moving to the next player, SES at 1000 shards. He has really good stats, but a 6 feet 1 inch height, which is really important for the goalkeepers. Taller goalkeepers tend to save better, especially at this point of time in the game. He does not have a long thrower trait. Due to his high diving and high reflexes, he does save the shots quite well, but due to his height, he does let the finesse and the higher shots let in easily. But I don't think you all should claim it with 1000 shards, where there are such good options to claim. Unless all your other positions are sorted, only then you should consider him. If you packed him, you can keep him, but Neuer is a better option in my opinion, and save the shots more effectively. If you have the players to exchange him, you should go for him instead. Moving to the next player, Fernando Hierro at 800 shards. I think he's totally worth the shards. If you're getting a 109 at 800, you could definitely get in your squad to boost your team's OVR. He has really good defending and physical stats, along with a 6'2" height. And a power header dives into tackle traits, which is really good, with a high defense and a medium attack work rate. He has a decent pace, so you could make him manually fall back. He did work quite well on semi-auto defending, but it would highly depend on your style of defending. He wins the ball quite comfortably from the opponent, and his positioning and marking is also really good, along with his tackling. He would be in the buy tier list, but lower down the order, as you should prioritize the other players above. Moving to the next player, MBAPPE at 1200 shards. One of the highest pace in the games, with very good shooting and dribbling, along with the physicality and the 6 feet height, with quite good passing. He's the quickest striker in the game right now. with a 4.5-star stamina and a 5-star skill move. He plays well even on his alternate left wing position, having the flair, finesse, and the outside foot shot traits, high attack, and a low defense work rate. He's a perfect pacey striker if you're looking at that in your gameplay, with extremely good shooting. And he's one of the players whose 4-star weak foot does not matter much. Even with his weak foot, he's as good as a 5-star weak foot player. And he does not lose the ball easily, and it feels quite smooth to dribble with a heavy ball control. With Van Basten, Isaac, and Gyökeres all available at just 50 shards more, he seems a lot overpriced. Unless you can go for his TOTS version, avoid this version. Thus, he would be in the keep category, but on the number 1 position. Moving to the next player, Bellingham at 1000 shards. He has decent stats with a 4-star weak foot and a 6'1" height, with a 5-star stamina and a 4-star skill move. But he feels a little clunky in the game and quite heavy to use. So I did not like his card in particular, and nor have I liked his previous versions. His TOTS version feels much better than this, but in 1500 shards you could get a Gillett. He has the high attack and a high defense work rate, along with dives under tackle and the flair trait. He does win the ball from the opponents. So if you want to play on the left sentiment, you could try and play him, but he doesn't feel good in dribbling despite the stats. But his shooting and ball winning ability is quite decent. So if you pack him and if he fits your playstyle, you could keep him. But if you like a dribbling sentiment, you should avoid him. He would be in the keep category, but lower down the order. Moving to the next player, Yamal at 1000 shards. I think he's priced a little higher, and 800 would be a decent price for him. But he's better than the other right wingers in the same category. His pace is really good in the game, along with his amazing dribbling, with a decent passing and shooting. The physicality of this card is also not an issue with a 5'11" height. His Totti version felt lower on physicality, but this version feels more steadier. He has 4.5-star stamina and a 4-star skill move. He does have the good traits like the finesse shot, flair, and the outside foot shot trait, with a high attack and a medium defense work rate. He does have the alternate left wing position, but avoid to play him there due to his 4-star right weak foot. As the stats suggest, he's really agile in the game with really good acceleration. Sprint speed is the top speed he can achieve, and the acceleration is how fast he can achieve it, which is really high, is the reason he's really effective to run away from the defenders quite easily, especially when you use step over and exit. This version is definitely a keep higher up the order compared to the other right wingers, because at the moment he's much better to use. Rather than claiming him, a TOTS version should be the preference. Moving to the next player, Rafinha at 800 shards. He's quite decent in the game, but I would prefer a Diaz over him with the same amount of shards, who feels much better than him in game. He does have a good pace and dribbling, along with decent shooting and passing, a decent physicality and a 5'9" height, but lacks the 5-star right foot for a left winger, due to which his shooting is affected. And though I did not miss any shots with him at the moment, but on the longer run, it's observed that the weak foot gets more prominent. A 5-star stamina and a 4-star skill move, with alternate right wing and RM position. It's better to play him on the right wing position if you've packed him, as he plays well on either wings, but you can take the advantage of the 5-star left weak foot, especially in the head-to-head matches. If you use him on the right on the versus stack, he will lose OVR points. He has the flair, finesse, playmaker, and the long shot taker traits, which is quite good, and the high attack and a high defense work rate. He would be in the keep category somewhere here, because as I mentioned, Diaz is a much better option to get, which could also save you 150 shards. Moving to the next player, Xavi at 650 shards. He has decent dribbling and passing stats, but he is quite weak on the pitch with 5'7" height and a lower physicality. I did not find him very impactful in the game. Does have the flair, playmaker, and the outside foot shot, along with a long passer and a medium attack defense work rate. There are much better center mids in the game. He would be in the avoid tier. Depending on your team, you could use him if you don't have another center mid. Moving to the next player, Forlan at 500 shards. His pace and shooting stats is quite impressive along with the dribbling, but he isn't as quick as his stats suggest in the game. I found him on the slower side with a 4.5-star stamina and a 4-star skill move and alternate striker right wing positions. He's average on the left wing and on the striker positions. He does have the finesse shot and the long shot taker trait with a high attack and a high defense work rate. Rather than him, you should go for Diaz, but if you pack him, you could use him. He would be in a keep tier list after Rafinha. Moving to the next player, MBAPPE at 500 shards. I'm really impressed with this card's defending on the CDM position. He does not let any players past him. Amazing defending stats along with physicality and a 5 feet 9 inch height. He does have the alternate CM position. Avoid to play him there. He has a 3-star weak foot and a 3-star skill move, but a 5-star stamina which will last you throughout the game. The low attack work rate and a high defense work rate along with the dives into tackle trait. He's much better than Ramirez with 15 shards less than him. Look at his high tackle, marking and awareness. So if you're looking for a CDM, you can definitely get him. He would be in the buy tier list. Moving to the next player, Vinny Jr. at 900 shards. Really good pace and dribbling along with decent shooting and passing. The 5'9" height and a decent physicality. 4.5-star stamina and 5-star skill moves, which is really good. He does have the striker position. He does have the flair, finesse and the outside foot shot. A high attack and a medium defense work rate. A Diaz is a much better option to claim yet, but at 900 shards, a 107 isn't worth to claim. But if you pack him, you can use him. He would be in the keep category, higher up the order. In my opinion, he's a better option than Rafinha to claim. He will be in the keep tier list before Rafinha. Moving to the next player, Valverde at 800 shards. He has pretty decent stats for a CM with a 6 feet height and a 4-star weak foot, but having a 3-star skill move. Has a right mid as his alternate position with long shot taker, outside foot shot and a long passer, and high attack and a high defense work rate. With 800 shards, there are much better options to get, and a 107 is relatively lower. If you pack him, depending upon your squad, you could keep him. He would be lower down the order. Moving to the next player, Pedri at 450 shards. Really good dribbling in the game along with passing. His other stats are also quite decent with a 5'9" height and a 91 physicality, so he does not lose the ball very easily. He has a 4.5-star stamina and a 4-star skill move with a high attack and a high defense work rate and a long pass rate. But there are much better CMs to get, and a 107 should be avoided. You could rather go for Gerrard than Pedri, who's a better option than him. But if you pack him, you can keep him. He would be somewhere here in the priority list. Moving to the next player, Conde at 450 shards. Very impressive in the defense, as his stats suggests. Good physicality with a 5'11" height is also quite good. A 4-star stamina and a 3-star skill move, along with a dives into tackle trait. He has a high defending work rate and a medium attacking work rate, which is really good, having a 3-star left weak foot for a right back. He does have good interceptions and marking, but there are better options to buy. But if your shard budget is lower, you could get him. But for the most of us, 107 would be a lower OVR. He would be in the keep category. I think Di Lorenzo is a little better option compared to Conde in the game. Moving to the next player, Ladru at 300 shards. He does have good dribbling and decent passing and pace in terms of a cam, having a 6 feet height and a lower physicality. A 4-star stamina and a 4-star skill move. Does have the alternate left wing position, but avoid to play him there. He has a finesse, flair and the playmaker traits with a medium attack and a medium defense work rate. His dribbling is quite good, but there are better options and a marginal higher shot cost. So 107 wouldn't make many teams, but depending upon your squad, You could keep him. He would be in the keep category after Musiala, who is a better option in game. Moving to the next player, Martinez at 300 shards. He does have the good defending stats, along with a 6 feet height and a decent physicality, a 4-star stamina, along with a dives into tackle trait. He has a medium attack and a medium defense work rate. A centre-back position is quite important in the game, and there are much better options available who you should aim to get. But if you're relatively new to the game, you could use him as he does the job, but because of his work rate, his positioning isn't ideal, nor is his height good for a defender to take headers on corners. So he does not manage to overpower the attackers, but he's still decent and does the job. He would be in the avoid category over here. Moving to the next player, Rudiger at 400 shards. Having a 6'3" height with good defending and physicality stats, 4-star stamina, but a high attack and a high defense work rate. His positioning isn't ideal and he is very aggressive in the game. I do like centre backs to be a little more towards the defensive side to hold back. He too would be in the avoid tier. Moving to the next player, Lewandowski at 400 shards. His shooting is really amazing, along with decent dribbling, physicality, and height. But he is on the slower side in the game. With such high overpowering defenders at the moment, it's very difficult to get past them with that pace at the moment. But still, for build-up play, he can be usable in a 2-striker formation or as a target man striker due to his high shooting, a 4-star stamina and a 4-star skill move, along with a finesse shot, power header, and the outside foot shot trait, a high attack and a medium defense work rate. Again, the highlight of the card is his finishing and positioning with good ball control. But there are many strikers available in the game and a striker position should be your priority. You could even do with the Muller from the league rewards. He would be in the avoid category after Lukman. Moving to the next player, Balde at 300 shards. He does have amazing pace, but lacks in defending. With a 4-star weak foot, which is quite good, a 4-star stamina and a 3-star skill move, high attack work rate and a medium defense work rate, and not very good defending stats. You can use his pace to catch up on the attackers and to get him back to position. Rather than getting him, you could just get a Capdevila and save 300 shots. If you pack him, you can keep. He would be in the avoid tier list, but before Kirkes. Moving to the next player, Joan Garcia at 200 shards. He does have good goalkeeping stats along with a 6 feet 4 height. He does not have a long thrower trait and a medium attack and a medium defense work rate. But moving to a 106 OBR goalkeeper wouldn't be ideal. Putting Mascherano's on to upgrade him, especially if you have some previous goalkeepers, even a 105, you do not need to upgrade. He would be in the avoid category. This is how the tier list looks like before adding the TOTS players. Prioritize the buy claim list and then move to the lower tiers depending upon the shard counts. Would soon be adding TOTS players to this list, so stay updated. Watch the other parts of the video here. I create FC mobile related content, so if that interests you, make sure to subscribe.